Did you know the power of a well-crafted plan? A strategic compliance plan can be the difference between reactive firefighting and proactive prevention in the realm of labor inspection. Let's dive into the process of developing a plan that not only enforces but also encourages compliance. Understanding the landscape. Before crafting a strategic compliance plan, it's essential to have a comprehensive understanding of the current labor environment. This includes being aware of the most common compliance issues, the sectors most at risk, and the latest changes in labor laws and regulations. Example: if recent data shows a spike in violations related to overtime pay in the retail sector, this insight should inform the focus of your strategic compliance plan. Conducting a risk assessment. A risk assessment is the cornerstone of any strategic compliance plan. It helps prioritize resources and efforts based on the likelihood and impact of potential non-compliance issues. Example: a labor inspector might use historical data to identify industries with high injury rates and prioritize inspections in those areas. Setting clear objectives. Your strategic compliance plan should have clear, measurable objectives. These objectives should align with broader organizational goals and the specific needs identified in your risk assessment. Example: an objective might be to reduce the number of workplace injuries in the construction sector by 20% within the next fiscal year. Engaging with stakeholders. Stakeholder engagement is crucial for a strategic compliance plan to be successful. This means involving workers, employers, trade unions, and other relevant parties in the planning process. Example: hosting a roundtable discussion with representatives from various construction companies to understand their challenges in meeting safety standards. Developing strategies and tactics. With objectives in place and stakeholder input gathered, it's time to develop the strategies and tactics that will make up your plan. This should include both preventive measures and enforcement actions. Example: implementing a series of workshops for employers on the latest safety regulations, coupled with a schedule of unannounced inspections. Creating an implementation timeline. A strategic compliance plan needs a realistic timeline that outlines when each action will be taken. This helps in tracking progress and ensures that the plan stays on course. Example: setting quarterly goals for the number of workshops to be conducted and inspections to be completed. Allocating resources. Effective implementation of a strategic compliance plan requires proper allocation of resources, including personnel, technology, and budget. Example: assigning a dedicated team to focus on high-risk industries and investing in inspection software to streamline reporting. Establishing feedback mechanisms. Feedback mechanisms are essential for continuous improvement. They help in understanding what's working and what isn't, allowing for timely adjustments to the plan. Example: creating a survey for workers and employers to fill out after each workshop or inspection to gather feedback on the process. Documentation and record keeping. Maintaining thorough documentation and records is not only a legal requirement, but also aids in evaluating the effectiveness of your strategic compliance plan. Example: keeping detailed records of all inspections, including findings, recommendations, and follow-up actions. Integrating with other plans. Your strategic compliance plan should not exist in isolation. It needs to be integrated with other organizational plans and strategies. Example: ensuring that the compliance plan aligns with the organization's overall mission and any existing health and safety programs. Monitoring and review. Regular monitoring and review of the strategic compliance plan are necessary to assess its effectiveness and make necessary adjustments. Example: conducting a biannual review of the plan to measure progress against objectives and determine if any strategies need to be changed. Conclusion: by following these steps, labor inspectors can develop a strategic compliance plan that not only enforces labor laws, but also fosters a culture of compliance, ultimately leading to safer and more equitable workplaces.